What is far deadlier than most people realize? Serious. Abscessed teeth can kill you. Garage door springs. They will kill you. Putting feet/legs on dash of car. Fights. People are way too eager to prove who's the bigger badass. Hit someone the wrong way or start something with the wrong person and someone's not going home. Then if the police show up, someone's getting charged. Depending on the severity of the other party's injuries and the word of witnesses, you could be going away for a very long time. Not to mention the civil suits that may bury you in debt. Table corners, particularly low tables, you fall farther before striking the table, giving a greater impact force. For similar reasons, hard surface floors that are prone to be damp, for example tiled floor in a shower. This applies especially if the shower has a nice little built-up threshold between it and the rest of the bathroom. Experience this one firsthand stepping into a shower in a hotel room. Cars. Very interesting how much society has normalized the dangers of the road. We often say things like you're more likely to die in a car accident than blank, which is intended to make blank seem safe. But it really tells us how many people are dying in car accidents all the time. Liquid oxygen. It allows fire to reach such insane heat that it will burn through steel, not melt. Burn. I'm still amazed whenever I go to a cleaning products section and see bleach and ammonia just chilling together. Like, that's a World War I chemical weapon waiting to happen. Windows. It's easy to think they're more secure than they actually are, which is especially dangerous in taller buildings. Falling through a broken window has a very high risk of a major laceration. Broken glass on the floor can again mess your body up spectacularly, and on certain surfaces it's really hard to spot even moderately sized razor-sharp pieces. Edit. LPT for those living in areas that are earthquake-prone. Keep a pair of slippers or sandals by your bedside. If there is an earthquake during the night, the chances are you will have picture frames that fell and shattered around your home, and you should have something hard-soled to walk on in that situation. Falling down. A single mild fall can easily kill you if you happen to land just right, usually on the back of your head. Horses. They weigh 1,200 pounds, they're extremely jittery, and they can crush you or kick you to death on accident. And that's just horses in general. Stallions will try to hurt you just to assert dominance. And these are animals that have been known to bite each other's throats out when they fight. Don't mess with horses unless you know what you're doing. Always be careful, even if you do. Hippos. They kill more people in Africa than lions do. In a single year, there are 25 more deaths caused by pens than deaths caused by sharks. Everyone has at least one pen in his pencil case, but nobody has a shark in his pencil case. Alcoholism. It's all tee-hee. Mommy needs her wine. And look at this sunscreen bottle that doubles as a secret flask. Until your liver gives out in your mid-40s, it's sad that our culture has made alcoholism into some type of cute joke instead of recognizing how much it can destroy your body and life, and the lives of those around you. Real black licorice root extract contains the natural sweetener glycyrrhizin, which is over 50 times sweeter than sucrose. This ingredient has various pharmaceutical properties. It acts as an expectorant, facilitating removal of mucus from the lungs by coughing, and it increases blood pressure. The latter effect can become significant with the daily consumption of 50 grams or more of licorice candy for as little as 2 weeks. Glycyrrhizin can cause potassium levels in the body to fall, triggering abnormal heart rhythms, as well as high blood pressure, edema, swelling, lethargy, and congestive heart failure in some people. Human bites are one of the most deadly in the world. There was a story of a teacher who was caring for kindergarteners and one bit her arm out of anger. It barely broke the skin and she just put a band-aid on it and forgot about it until the morning when she woke up. Her arm was burning. She looked at it and saw it was purple, so she went to the ER where she spent 3 days on a couple of strong antibiotics so they didn't have to amputate her arm. Fresh water. You know how, if someone half drowns in a movie or something, they get pulled out of the water and then they're given CPR or whatever and they cough up a bunch of water and turn out to be okay? Yeah, so, that's only a thing in salt water. Someone who inhales fresh water like that will probably just die, but very few people realize this difference. It has to do with osmosis. When you inhale water, the cells in your lungs try to equalize the salt levels in the water inside and outside your cells. The water in your cells is typically pretty full of electrolytes, so it's relatively salty. If you inhale salt water, there's a pretty decent chance that the water in your cells will be around the same saltiness as the water you just inhaled, so the amount of water that gets moved into or out of your cells is fairly limited, meaning there isn't really any instant damage. But if the water you inhale is fresh, then suddenly there's extremely low salt content water outside the cell and fairly high salt content water inside the cell, so water rushes into the cell to dilute the high salt content water in an attempt to make it the same amount of salty as the water outside the cell. This is bad, because it means the cell will burst. Your lungs are damaged severely from pretty much the moment you inhale fresh water, and it doesn't really matter if you get the water back out again because your lungs are fucked up and you won't be able to breathe anyway. And this isn't an attempt to scare people off of swimming in lakes or anything, but you should realize that there are dangers involved in activities on fresh water that just aren't present when you're on salt water, and that almost every single film and TV show in existence will depict a drowning as if it were in salt water, regardless of what type of water they're actually in. Thanks for listening. Subscribe for more daily videos.